Welcome back to the CodeMaven Docker course. And this video, you'll learn about the difference between Docker containers and Docker images. And people, when they're talking about Dockers, they usually use the word container, while there are basically two main things, containers and images. And they are very similar, but they're slightly different. The slides are as usual here. We are jumping right there to the current slide, which is about Dockers and containers. So the big difference, or the way you could express, is basically that they are the same thing in different phases of their life. Container is usually can be seen as the runtime version of an image. So when you create something, you in the end you create an image and then you store it on the disk, and when you use it becomes a container. It's called a container. So you would take a basically just like a Linux image, like an ISO file for a virtual machine, and that's frozen. You can save it on the disk, and then when you start running it, it becomes a container. It becomes the it's a copy of the image, but during when it's running. If you're thinking about programming terms, then some people like to compare it to the class and the instance. Okay, so it's in Python. It's the class object and instance object. In other languages, it's class and instance. The class is the definition of the things, and the instance is what's being used during the runtime. So this is sort of the same thing with containers and image. And if it wasn't really clear now, that's okay. You can come back and understand it later. And I'm sure as we go along, it will be clearer, much clearer later on. So thank you for listening, and go to the next video.